It's phenomenal how little we know about ourselves and how much we've swallowed from religious teachers. They, in Christianity, they have stolen so much that has come from ancient times and different ancient cultures and out of mythology, stolen it and rewritten it and said, oh, this is the holy way. Like, for instance, did you know that the ancient Egyptians celebrated the resurrection and ascension of their Savior, whose name was Osiris, on March the 25th, just about very close to the time that our Easter is celebrated, which is during the time of the spring equinox. You know, that's an interesting thing. And what used to happen is that the priests of Persia, now remember, this is Iran. I'm talking about Iran. The priests of Iran would watch over the tomb of the Persian savior Mithra, M-I-T-H-R-A. Now, when you think of Persia, think of Iran and the Ayatollah. I mean, this is where a lot of the things that you take as Christian actually come from Iran and Iraq. But they would hold their court over the tomb and wait for the awakening of light around March 25th. And as the priest would watch over the darkness, there would suddenly come a burst of light, and they would say, rejoice. And this is what they would say, rejoice, O sacred initiated, your God is risen. His death, his pain, his sufferings have worked out your salvation. Now, if you turn on a television, and I'm sure some of you turn on it, and you're like, oh, Jesus, another one of those guys. You would think, what the heck? And it's another basic fundamental preacher. What I just read to you was the chant of the priests of Persia thousands of years ago over the tomb of Mithra. And this was the same time of the year when you celebrate Easter and the resurrection of Jesus. They celebrated at the tomb of Mithra his pains, his sufferings, and his worked out your salvation. Now, if that wasn't enough, this is the interesting part. Guess when Mithra was born? It was 600 BC, 600 years before the birth of Christ. He was born. Guess when? December 25th. Look it up. He was born Christmas Day, December 25th. He resurrected from the dead on March 25th, the spring equinox, when you celebrate Easter. And he was crucified on a cross. This is Mithra, the Persian god.